here, have they always been with this agency or group or whatever? Or has it been just random strangers?
I got no way to know. I could imagine that any of the bigger confrontations would be them. They have a habit of trying to capture, contain, control. You know.
And the reports that I've received just mentioned that wherever he goes, carnage follows. And I suppose it is anyone who tries to prevent him on his path, which would mean usually that's authorities of some sort, but not necessarily always.
Just curious if
Go on.
just curious whether he was the antagonist or if he was merely defending himself. He seems, I don't know, uncertain, slightly confused, surprised by information that we've either discovered or guessed at. He didn't know the name of our town here. I
wish I could answer that for you, but I don't. One, we don't know exactly how many conflicts he's been in, and even if we did, I'm not sure I'd be able to tell you which of them were agents or not. So,
and to be clear, for everyone's sake, who's the angel?
Saint George.
Right.
Wait.
Just making sure we all
the
knew
Dragon
this.
Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he not a saint, not an angel? Saints ain't angels. Saints, by definition, are men.
Well, if you're Catholic.
Well, I mean, they're the ones that saint people. They're the ones that decide who becomes a saint.
Yeah, but angels existed before saints did, and I'm pretty sure if you saw a dude who looked like that guy, I would call him a saint and an angel.
I mean, we're not saying he's actually either one of those things, though, are we?
George? He's something.
I think that he's something that is like Amoros.
Well,
I think he's a divine soldier of some manifestation of a greater force. Because he seems to be channeling the same kinds of power and intention and will that Amoros does.
Nobody's like you, big guy. You're one of a kind.
I mean,
it means a lot.
I didn't mean anything.
Well, I mean, my intel says that he just appears human, but is certainly something supernatural.
Yeah, I mean, I may not like the way the FBC does their things, but if the ghoul's telling me that they are that it's classified that it's classified as a divine level interaction, then I got no reason to doubt that. Then it's for sure that's what it is. Whatever he serves, we don't know. We do know that it's coming for Maddox, but you're telling us he thinks he's coming to help Maddox instead of like kill Maddox?
He's going to remove the problem by whatever means necessary.
Yeah, I mean, what problem is, I guess, the question there, because remove the problem is a very generic sentence.
Well, that's kind of the issue, because the issue is that Maddox is not all the way human and is partially a soothsayer. The problem, what that I can see, is that he's not a human completely, and the power that he has is about the future. I don't think we have any way of knowing more until George gets here.
Yeah, that's not really what I was saying, but okay.
Well, I mean, that Maddox is... We know why George is coming, because he wants to deal with Maddox, but we don't know what that is going to be, and neither does he, because all that we know is that Maddox isn't human completely and can see the future.
Well, just to be
Either way.
clear, if this thing comes to quote unquote deal with Maddox, I'm putting an end to it.
Love the confidence. But George is about to take on helicopters? Are you sure you have that capability?
I mean, I think
He's got one chopper.
Sweetheart, do you want to test me?
Obviously, I don't. I'm just saying, like, where I'm coming from is a place that I don't want you to get hurt by a literal angel. I don't want to test said theory at all.
Well, I do appreciate that. And it seems to me that we haven't really discussed the biggest problem that we've got right now, and that is one regarding the order of operation. As much as I would like it if George's impending visit was the only issue we were facing, well, that just ain't the fact. So, what are we going to do about this holiday of reverence that we are supposed to be planning and or designing? And are we doing that before George gets here? Are we waiting for George to get here to do that? Or are we just going to play it by ear?
Do we even want to split up so that we have people heading off George while others work the ritual?
I mean, my
Would
preference...
that make you feel better, Deb?
My preference would
Would
be
that
to
help?
do it. My preference would be to do it all together and offer up George to the
okay.
Thunderbirds as a sacrifice to show our reverence. Seems to solve two problems.
Damn!
Yeah, wow.
hey, I know George is a problem, but that seems a bit...
Seems a bit what? Efficient? Effective?
Certainly that.
I've
Oftentimes
seen
efficiency can
that
be
work
gold.
done before. It didn't work well then, and it won't work well now.
Well, I'm just looking for solutions.
I know. Just be careful. Sometimes what you sacrifice is more than what you think.
Omaros.
Now, if they happen to just eat him, then, you know, that's like a little different. But we don't even know if he'll really be a problem. I mean, obviously, we know that he's coming to do something to Maddox. That is not good, we expect. But I don't know.
if you are a guardian of passage and he is a dragon slayer, my assumption is that his sword is like Arthur's sword, and like your bag, they are in fact like portals. They're thresholds as items, and I think that means that he is in service to something, like Arthur was, and like you are.
Perhaps if we knew what they were serving, maybe it would give us some kind of clarity. But I don't know that there's time.
Is there an opportunity to do some thinking about the story of St. George, Cody?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, like, so the way the timeline works is he's still a ways away and is currently being, held up every so often by active resistance. So it's unclear, like, the parameters for when he was going to show up are, like, probably by midnight tonight was what the best intel was last time you heard. And it's like 11 a.m. ish. You've got about another hour and a half until Carter gets there. Most of what has taken place last session was all in the morning. Was everything you were doing in the morning. Maddox woke up. You moved to here. The conversation with the Mishipeshu. All of this has happened, and it's right around 11 a.m. right now. So you've got time, in theory, right? You're not like under the gun just yet. It's just very much an impending problem. Deb, for your part, you would know that the storm is picking up speed again. Best estimates for when it is going to hit Beeman Bay, according to Cocaine Cop, would be like sometime in the early morning. They're actually considering a mandatory evacuation. That they're probably going to call for moving inland pretty soon here, if things keep going the way they're going to go.
I'll share that with everybody.
Okay, so Deb, you were saying we need to determine what we need to do first.
Yeah, I think so. I think until we, at least the way I'm trying to break this down, until we resolve that, I'm not sure what to even focus on. Do we focus on George and Maddox? Do we focus on the holiday for the Thunderbirds? Or do we try and do both at the same time? I mean, the good news is that based on the latest intel, George isn't supposed to be here. It's supposed to be here till like midnight. The bad news is that the intel from 24 hours ago was we had almost a week. So he seems to be picking up steam. Harlow's friend will be here in an hour or so, looking at the Uber app. And then, what is this person bringing with them? What is the plan when they get here?
A lot of sage. We'll do a big old circle. We'll do a summoning like we did so we can speak to the Thunderbirds, and we will present the offering that we've got, which is the holiday and dedication and a sacrifice.
And what are we sacrificing?
I got some gear, and he'll go through his bag and pull out some books of his. that are all like handmade grimoires in composition notebooks. And he says, I've got some literature that I can offer as sacrifice, and then I've also got some, and he pulls out a jar of stuff floating.
Stuff floating.
I think Deb just
and it's
puts her
very
hands up and
dark.
is like, forget I asked. It's fine. Do I need to know what that is?
I'll tell you if you ask, and only then.
So we're gonna talk to the Thunderbirds in about an hour and a half. It sounds like, and at that point, maybe that's just the next thing we do is talk to the Thunderbirds, find out to what degree they're in on our holiday, and we can make adjustments then.
All right. And I can get cracking on St. George research while we wait for Carter to get here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anything else anybody wants to do? Like I said, you've gotten some more information. You are now in a, back into kind of a planning or preparing phase.
I'm interested in rolling an investigate a mystery.
Yep. Go for it.
And I gotta remember if there's anything about that. Yay!
Yay. Okay. You got some questions.
Yeah. My question, what magic was done here, I don't think applies to anything in this situation.
Yeah, other than retroactively, I can tell you on the matter of him, you do not get the sense that there is any obscurement, right? There's no obfuscation in the form, right? It's not like an illusion masking a thing. It's closer to this is a manifestation, right? And you're seeing just a part of something. But it's not like there's like I actually, I don't have this physical form. That physical form is something. It exists. It's not just it's not quite like a full illusion or anything, right?
Right.
So that is an important piece of it's the only magic that you got from that was just manifestation. Like some kind of it's a little bit above your pay grade, honestly.
Mm-hmm. That kind of, I think, aligns with my theory still about him being a divine. But I guess I could ask what sort. Well, we have that answer.
I mean, there's potentially what you know about what it is, right? Is related to what Awkward got, which is not necessarily the same as your potential lines of investigation, right? You both sort of view the world differently. Awkward much more rolls in like a sorcerer, kind of throwing shit around and poking at stuff, right? You have more of a wizardly being able to interpret based off of what Awkward told you, what you saw, what it feels like, deeper truths potentially, at least as you understand them.
Okay, I'll bite then and ask what type of creature is it?
Yeah. Interest. So, okay. I can give you pretty specific here as you start to look in the taxonomy of angels, right? According to what Awkward told you, as far as the whole wheels and eyes shit, right? That's not generally all angels, though it's understood to be like, especially in modern parlance, there's a lot of talk about like, oh yeah, that's the biblically accurate angel, right? If that is what he is, and it's some transcendent truth about his form and not what the consensus has made him, which makes things messy, right? But if that is what he is and is actually his form, he is what is called an ophanim, or sometimes called a throne. They are traditionally associated with divine justice and with awareness, and as a narrative device, or at least as a like taxonomical device, they are like often used as a bridge between earth and heaven. A reminder of like the way human beings are ordered in the cosmos. They're called throne because it's related a little bit to these are the angels that hold up the throne of heaven, and that might be why they're depicted by wheels and all this other weird shit, right? They're the ones that have the most to do with the wheels and eyes thing. It's the one Ezekiel saw, for instance, right? Although a little bit less fiery. So if that's what he is, right? If the description of unvarnished truth that Awkward thinks he saw, then that's what he is. He is an Ophanim. Though there's I think that's enough for the what is he. At least as far as what your like Googling can give you at the moment.
And that means my second question. I want to ask what is being concealed here, but I'm trying to needle at the question of like, obviously we know he's after Maddox, but what about Maddox is the threat? To George, I guess, or what a divinity would send George to smite, I suppose.
Yeah. You've got a few pieces of information here, right? You've got as far as George is telling you, he's going to help someone. George does leave a lot of carnage in his wake. George is actively fighting, according to Cam, a federal agency, right? And the question of like, well, how much of that is George as the aggressor versus defender? All of that swirls around your head a little bit, right? And the question really is that like, if I don't think I give you a direct answer, but related to that question is why would, if the FBC is doing what Cam says they're doing, if that was who you saw in those helicopters, why are they doing that? Is it just containment? Are they just trying to do what you're doing? Or is there something else? There's something to that question that sticks in your mind. Because on first glance, you're like, oh, well, they're just doing what we're doing, right? But you know that they are loosely aware of things like your group in Beeman Bay. You know that Cam got burned recently, so they might not know of Cam, and they might not have any way to contact the group of you, right? But the fact that none of them have reached out or done anything meaningfully to try to enlist any powerhouses like Amros that they know are in Beeman Bay implies something to you you can't quite put your finger on. Does that make sense?
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, it clicked. Totally clicked. Okay. What if the FBC is after Maddox and George is trying to slay that dragon for Maddox?
If that was the case, why have they made a move against George and not made a single move against Maddox?
And why would he seemingly be leading them here?
I don't think that's what's happening. I think George is coming to Maddox and they're following him. I don't think he's leading them to him.
I'm confused. You don't think the FBC knows Maddox is here?
Do they?
You don't think they can find the enrollment of the college that Maddox is attending?
Wasn't that Deb's whole purpose of being here?
my purpose for being here isn't to hide the fact that Maddox is here. My purpose for being here is to keep him safe in case something comes for him.
Right. Like a federal agency that wants to take a soothsayer.
That hasn't made a single move on him this whole time. I mean, been here for a while, right, Deb?
We have. I mean, he's, been enrolled for the school year. So, look, it certainly.
But aren't his visions new?
His
like
visions...
if we're looking for reasons that Maddox is in danger, this is why he's in danger.
No, see, well, that's why we sort of differ. I'm not looking for I don't need to know the why to protect him. That'd be nice, right? But I know what's coming, right? And right now, all of my intel says it's George.
Well, the other option too, I'm also of the mind that perhaps this is new and now Maddox is in danger. But maybe if we flip the script a little bit, what if they're coming after Maddox to draw out George? Like, if George doesn't even know where he's going at any given point, how's a government agency supposed to track that?
Right.
Maybe George is bait.
Interesting.
Bait for who exactly?
George. You threaten Maddox, you force some otherworldly being to come and protect him, and now you know where to find that otherworldly being.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
My bad, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I've had a rough week.
Me too. No, I'm kidding.
Did you have one more question, or was that all of them, by the way?
I asked. I only had two.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, last thing I'll give you is that in the hierarchy, Ophidium are the third most powerful. Cherubim and Seraphim are above them. In the like taxonomy of, again, whatever some white guy in the fucking whatever some really bored friar decided when he wrote it down in a book.
Well, if government agencies are coming after powerful people, I think the best place for me is in that cage. So I'm going to go hang out for a bit, and I will talk to you guys later. He's going to shoot the finger guns and, like, back up, but it's going to look super awkward.
Yeah. You're just going to climb into the magical Faraday cage?
Yep. And just be like, oh, you got room? Okay. Nope. I'll just scoot. Yep. Nope. That's right here.
He, at this point, first off, has headphones on. He looks fucking shell-shocked. He's playing, let's go with Slay the Spire, and seems to just be dialed in on it. He is not... That's the sponsorship from Slay the Spire. Huge one for us. He is dialed in. He barely, like, acknowledges your, like, getting in. You know that... Even from just the bits of him you saw, he was already rattled prior to a bunch of shit getting even weirder. Shit's only got weirder, and it seems like Maddox has hit the point of, like, no more information can come in, right? The cup is full. Any new information that comes in is just spilling directly over.
Then, while he's distracted,
Sure.
I would like to do what I was doing before.
Okay. Put out your magical feely feelers.
Oh.
And you're in Veronica.
I can't do it in it?
Veronica,
stick your head out.
Not if you're in the cage.
Hold on.
Already tried.
Let me look.
I already tried outside going in.
Hold on. Read me how the cage works again.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up. Not that it's going to be exceptionally specific, because this is Monster of the Week, but
Sure.
Playbooks form fillable. Professional. It is literally just called a monster cage. That's the entirety of my notes.
I think, Awkward, this is probably one of the only things that you can actually do in the cage. Because you are cut off from the bulk of your powers.
Right.
You can only act on things inside of the cage. Specifically, it keeps you from interacting with anything outside of the cage, or from things outside of the cage to interact with you. Mm-hmm. So you will be closed off in here. But I think if you're trying to do sensitive on Maddox while you're in the cage, it will work only because you're in the cage. I do not think you will be able to do tune in or anything. Like, you wouldn't be able to tune in on him. You wouldn't be able to even jinx him, I don't think. But sensitive, I think, for reasons, there are specific reasons for this, but sensitive will work while you're in here.
I will take that. And the +1 doesn't work. Hey, I'll take a hazy impression about something important.
Hazy impression about something important. Yeah, so you, at this point, a lot of the time when you do this, right, you get a lot of background noise. You get a lot of like shit going on in the sky. You see like a snapshot, like in a weird Disco Elysium style, that's like just a bunch of colors everywhere, a bunch of weird shit going on, right? In this particular case, you're dialed in on Maddox. And Maddox, very specifically, he, deep down on a like subsurface level, he is like the thought he keeps obsessing over is like his the dream that he had that scared him, and the like just the fact that Beeman Bay is weird to him, but especially the dream he had that scared him, because he thought it was just a dream, but a lot of shit is happening now, and he's starting to think it wasn't just a dream. And if it wasn't just a dream, that particular bit might be the thing that breaks him. If he gets to a point where he actually acknowledges that, is what you get with your sensitive. There's more specifics, but you didn't roll higher, so.
So I'm basically cradling this thing in my fragile hand and wondering if I should like pretend to drop it or not. Okay, I'll tap him on the shoulder.
He looks up. Yeah.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
He moves one earbud to the side. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Awkward. And I'll hold out my hand. Oh, right. Yeah, so I was told that of anyone here, I might be able to help you. So I am here to offer said help.
I'm good.
Cool.
Fucking teenagers. God damn it.
Yeah, all of you here like can hear Awkward beginning this like inroads. The just rebuff. The earbud is back on. Eyes go back down to slay the spire.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was in character from Deb.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tap him on the shoulder again.
What?
It seems like your earbud slipped back in on accident.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just taking his earbuds back off.
I can grab that for you if you'd like.
No, it's fine.
Okay, well, I can talk louder. So
all of you hear this, by the way. He's like 3 feet away from you.
Deb's gonna walk over to the cage and elbow the back of the cage behind Maddox's head.
Oh, God. Fuck. Ow.
Just say, don't be rude.
Fine. Awkward.
Right. Yeah. Me. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have dreams.
Why do you have
Right.
sunglasses on?
The lights are bright. You have dreams. And I have dreams.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes those dreams can tell us things, right?
This is what are you trying to do with this?
Wow. What
you
a
realize
great
you're
question.
approaching this like I mean, not to use the word, but in the most awkward way I can imagine.
Yeah, you would be surprised with how many times I've heard that in the past.
Yeah, you're like trying to do birds and the bees. Like,
It feels that
dreams.
It feels that uncomfortable for both of us, I'm sure.
Sure. Yeah. So go ahead. Dreams.
Dreams. The dreams that you have.
Sure.
Have maybe come true.
Not so far.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Well, I have dreams, and they don't come true until they do. You know.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, except it. And that's what I used to tell myself until my dreams started coming true. And I'm just trying to protect you from that.
Okay, I'm not interested in this. Is like one of those self-help like.
I'm gonna look at Harlow.
My dreams don't come true until they do.
Is this like an affirmation thing or like a what?
I like to think of it as a fact-finding mission.
That means less than the other things you've said so far.
Okay. Regression. That's not uncommon for me.
Sure. Thanks.
Okay, so for instance, there was once this clown that murdered people in my dreams.
Okay, great.
And then there was a clown in real life that murdered people.
Was it you?
Do I look like a clown? Wait. And he looks down at his clothes.
Clown.
What?
What?
Okay, maybe that's not okay. He's probably the worst one to go with. Fuck. Why can't I remember any other dreams with the clown? Okay.
Don't
I
worry.
think what you're missing is the clown is really.
Hey, Deb.
Yeah, hon.
What's this whole fucking deal? I'm done trying to figure it out.
Well,
It's only 11. You see him look down the clock on his Switch. Fuck.
Sweetheart.
No.
I know.
Oh God, no.
I know this is rough.
What's this whole thing? He's talking to me about clowns.
Here's
Fuck.
Here's what you need to do, Maddox.
He said he was a clown that killed people.
Well,
is he?
That is in fact not what he said.
Okay,
right.
That's good, but tell him that.
Right. What you need to do, Awkward here, lives up to his name.
Sure.
And
that's called nominative determinism.
And well, I see the book learning's done you well.
Yep. $2 word, as Dad would say.
College boy.
I see. Now you see Awkward here, right? In living up to his name, sometimes has a difficult time communicating the point that he is trying to make. But what we need to practice with Awkward and with just about everyone is little grace and little patience. And if you do that, you will be rewarded with some excellent information and insight. That has been my experience in the time that I've known Awkward, and I would highly recommend you to try the same. Now, I fully understand that given the circumstances, your patience is running as low as your anxiety is high.
Mm-hmm.
But trust me, there is no safer place you can be right now than with this particular grouping of individuals. And in terms of figuring out what exactly is going on, Awkward is one of your 4 best bets. So please take the earbuds out,
Okay.
turn the switch off. Now, I know what putting it
Okay.
to sleep looks like. Turn it off.
It's not. Sleep is the same as off. You don't look. He sets it to the side.
Awkward, would you like to try again?
Would I like to? No. Will I? Sure. And
Not
he'll
a
look
good
at
start,
Har-
but I'm with you.
He'll look at
Let's
Harlow
go.
like, I'm dying here. Okay. Um. So maybe clowns was the worst place to start.
Let's just skip the clowns, right? I
Sure,
think
because
we've
there were
covered-
also a community of ghosts that were setting fire to buildings. Maybe just one ghost. I'm getting off track again.
Yeah, that's also not.
You want
Okay.
to talk about maybe the stained glass and the sword?
Sure. There was also a cult. Have you come
Okay.
across any cults? No.
No. I mean, like, what? Okay, you know what? Not gonna quibble about definitions. You mean like cloak and dagger cult? No.
How about this? Let's start at your dream.
Okay.
Did it feel real? Like, not a dream that you woke up and was like, whoa, that felt kind of real. Did it feel like it was actually happening in real time?
Honestly, no, not at all. It felt like it was like vivid, but it didn't feel very real.
Did it feel like it's certainty?
No.
Do you ever have a twin talk to you?
What?
Okay, I'll take that as a no.
What the fuck? What?
It's
You?
sometimes.
You know what? I don't want to know. I don't. It's not that I don't care. I can't know right now. Okay? I can't know, and you're gonna push me over.
Okay. Yeah. No. I'm not making any headway here. I'm gonna leave and regroup, and hopefully
Yeah,
the next time
I
we
tried.
talk. Hopefully the
Devin's
next time we
talking
talk is
about
better.
twins.
He's not technically a twin. He's evil. It's not important. Okay,
What do
I'm
you?
gonna go.
This isn't even about dreams anymore.
Yeah, great talk. Okay,
We
bye.
went from clowns to community of ghosts.
He'll slam the door
to-
closed.
Fuck. Deb. I
Maddox?
tried.
Yeah, Maddox, you did try, and that's all we need
Okay.
to do. Now, just look.
Can I keep playing? Please.
Certainly, remember,
Okay.
not everyone can articulate their thoughts as clearly
Uh-huh.
as we need them to.
Yeah. Okay.
As he walk runs past Harlow, he'll just say, "This is your fault."
I'll look up from my phone. What?
Now, Maddox, I think what Awkward may have been trying to get to in sort of a larger sense is just to communicate that in terms of having unusual dreams about terrifying subjects and having some concern given the circumstances that are going on in the real world, that those dreams might be closer to reality than you might like or be comfortable with. Well, you're not alone in that.
Okay.
And that's not much, but sometimes misery loves company, and you can find a little comfort there. It's not much, but when things are dark, even a tiny little candlelight is appreciated.
Okay.
In any event, I appreciate that you gave Awkward a chance. So thank you.
I told you before what I remember, and like I said, I've watched that movie. I've watched Cabin in the Woods. I've played. It's how dreams work, right? You think it's something else, but it's just the memories getting all messed up.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah, he shrugs, like waits a second longer, which you realize is a marked improvement over even this morning, right? The fact that he hangs a second longer to make sure that you do not have anything else to say is a mark that, like, the tone has shifted for him in terms of your stern talking to him this morning. He, after waiting for anything else from me, he puts his headphones back in, picks up a switch. Sure, as you could see, he had only turned it to sleep and set it to the side.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Anything anybody wants to do? We've got, I think, Harlow, with that investigation, you're going to be locked in for at least an hour or so.
Yeah.
Just Googling. Because I think you kind of go down a full rabbit hole, right? Where you're trying to draw all these squirrely ass pieces together into some kind of narrative whole.
To that end, actually, am I able to find a solid enough, like, legend summary of St. George so that Harlow can share with everyone a working knowledge of that myth?
Yeah. I mean, that's just like a Wikipedia, right? Although
that, like, it wouldn't be effortful.
Yeah, and even like the Wikipedia, right? If you pull up with the Wikipedia right now, it itself is watered down by a bunch of different interpretations and a bunch of different, like, stories associated with it, including just the martyr, right? On top of the whole dragon killing shit. Like, in the usual way that mythology works, there's a lot of layers stacked on top of each other of different people putting a hand on the football and adding stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. I think, having even looked at the Wikipedia a little bit as well, like hopping down to the Golden Legend, that's the kind of he would make sure that it is known that, like, the story is that George goes somewhere to find a dragon and has to harness it and slay it for the people, which means that's what he's doing. He's coming here to find that. Whether or not the princess is Maddox doesn't matter, but if Maddox is a character in this story, which he is, that's the only character that is left. Which means that the dragon, the FBC, is coming for Maddox, which means if we don't want George to be an enemy to us, we need to help George and save Maddox from the FBC.
I'm going to go see a troll about an angel. I'll be back.
That's an episode title if I ever heard one. Okay, Cam is gonna go invoke a contact. Let's go down the list. Amros?
I attempt to heal.
Okay.
I attempt to heal both Awkward and myself.
Mm-hmm. You've always got past lives, which can be fun. It can also be bad if it goes wrong.
Yeah. But,
it can go wrong in a unique.
It was good the time it did.
Yeah, I'd like to try to get the healing out of the way. That way we can deal with that.
Yeah, clear out the custodial stuff first, and then start dipping around in the weird, potentially disastrous shit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to heal Awkward first.
Well, if history is any Decider, I will be fine.
Be fine. Yeah.
And then
I don't know
it's
about
it's
Amros.
Amros who creates the loop with himself.
Yep.
Okay, I
Yeah.
heal them, but I take
Yeah.
on the injury.
Yeah, which is nothing because you negate it. Or actually, no, we decided that this is the one thing you can't negate.
Yeah, because I
It's-
give and
right.
and it takes.
It's
The
kind of
bag
Harlow's
hungers.
fault because Harlow established the sympathetic
Sorry.
link in this that became the shared language we use for healing.
No problem. All I have to do is pop off when I
You just
heal
gotta pop
myself, and it'll be fine. Okay, that's one heal for awkward, and I just need I need a 10
You
or
need
better.
a 10.
I need a 10 or better. Ooh.
It's
Okay.
the recursive loop. You pull the power out, it surges through you, right? It heals you, and then the bag pulls the healing back out of you basically before it can take hold. Like you
Yeah.
feel the internal wounds that Awkward had that you have begin to heal before it's almost like the clock reverses, right? As the bag steals it back.
Yeah.
You're
I look
basically
at
playing tug of war with the power at this point.
I look at awkward and say, "Did you see that? Did you see it just snatch it right away?" This bag, these demons. If they don't, hey, I look down the bag. Hey, if you don't straighten up, there's gonna be 4 of you in there.
That's, you know what? Take a +1 to a roll of your choice, because if you don't straighten up, there's gonna be 4 of you in there. As a threat to the 5 bag is so good that it pisses me off. I don't know why that fucking got me so bad. Fuck. Oh shit. Okay. Do you want to try to heal yourself again? I guess you can.
Yeah, I will. I will.
There's nothing
use my-
saying you just keep
I will
rolling
use
it
my
until it works.
+1, and I will achieve
Manifest.
greatness. Yes.
Manifest. Yeah, heal too. This is because you intimidated them.
I intimidated him.
Well, as far as you know, right? As far as you could tell by cause and
it seems
effect,
to work.
you gave them the what to, where for, and they were like, I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, and I think to myself, after all this time, they're finally beginning to respect me.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
I would if anybody I guess needs to get somewhere fast, let me know.
You're the
I'll
ferryman.
help you out. I'll help you out. Otherwise, my goal is to keep Maddox safe, but also keep any of us safe. So if anybody's I'm gonna go do a dangerous thing, then I'm able to try to help them if possible.
Also, to be clear, Amros, you can angel wings to George now, right?
Yes.
You have met George. You specifically went out of your way to meet George and have a meeting, right? You've satisfied all the requirements you need to teleport to someone if you would desire to.
I'd then present that to everyone as a
just a
piece
of known information.
I could ask him questions. I think he'll answer.
I would want to, if we can.
Perhaps think of a list. I mean, I could try to bring you with me, but
I think he maybe got his fill of me. If I think we should find out if he's coming to slay a dragon, and if he feels like he's been fighting dragons since he got here.
okay. Do you want to let this idea simmer for a bit, come back to it? Or I can just go ask him these dragon questions.
I mean, if you're going to go ask him questions about whether or not he's slaying a dragon, or if he's always been slaying dragons, it's probably worth asking. If he answers yes to any of those, who is the dragon in this case?
Mm-hmm.
No reason to leave that up to conjecture. And Amros, I would love to have a first-person, face-to-face conversation with this George character. And I have all the faith in the world in you. It's just that I think, given the circumstances, I don't feel comfortable leaving Maddox's side unless it's absolutely necessary.
Sure. Well, just, gather your questions together, let me know, and then we'll see what happens.
Real quick, Deb, in the kind of 30 minutes, so we're getting close to 11:45. The confirmation rolls out to you that at around 1:30 they're going to call for a mandatory evacuation.
Okay.
They're going to roll it out, right, so that it starts by the bay and move out. There's no real designated place they've set up yet. It sounds like they're trying to ask FEMA to come help them set up a way station somewhere, but not really coming through. Just north, right? Away from the water is where they're currently.
And just so I'm clear, are they evacuating just the parts of town that are close to the water, or is all of Beeman Bay being evacuated to some indeterminate northern destination?
Yeah, the goal is simply for eventually probably for everyone.
Okay.
Right now, they're just concerned with the people down by the water.
Well,
especially because that includes a lot of the hospital district, right?
Yeah,
so that's a huge priority right now.
Yeah, that sounds like actually a bit of good news for us in terms of trying to reduce collateral damage. If everybody's gone, by the time we got to get going now, although as I say that, it occurs to me, I don't know how easy it's going to be to sell this holiday to the Thunderbirds if there ain't no one here to celebrate.
Well, I mean, that's kind of their fault, but yeah, that does put a damper on our
plate. It's still, look, it's still what we've got. We can pitch it, and
I agree.
I
just meant if they're like, well, there's not a lot of you, it's like, well,
yeah, make it stop raining, assholes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So all right, I will wait to go see my friend until y'all come back. Because, I mean, I suppose theoretically your answers could render my trip unnecessary.
Got it.
No sense me making somebody at risk.
So order of operations, Amros is going to make the jump first. Ask the questions, come back. And Harlow, you're going to be probably still investigating a little bit. I think at this point you've just now picked up the enough to actually you could invoke the name of Ophanim or Throne at this point. That would be about where you've gotten to in your investigation, right? As you move past the St. George stuff into more of the esoteric weird bullshit, right? That's a little bit past that, related a little bit to what Awkward said. So that's information at your disposal, kind of because it's happening literally right now in the middle of your investigation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have nearly the understanding of the spiritual or mystical that Harlow, or well, virtually any of you have. But I mean, I've got two simple questions. What does George want with Maddox? And if it's nefarious, what can we give him or do for him to make him stop? And if it is, as Harlow suspects, that he is coming here to help protect Maddox, in that case, what can we do to help? You have questions to add, Harlow?
I don't think so. I think those questions are gonna give us as good of answers as we can need to know whether we are killing George or something else.
Anybody else have any questions to add?
Some of us. Who are we questioning?
George.
Oh. No, I've asked my questions. He doesn't seem to know much besides go here, protect someone.
Okay.
I'll know when I get there.
Okay. Amros, you hopping?
Yes. I had to step away because I spilled something, but everything's fine. Adam, I heard you saying questions, but if you want them asked, if you can type them, I'm not gonna remember anything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you prefer it in Discord or in Roll20?
I mean, I guess Roll20 because Harlow put theirs in there.
Because we're all looking at it.
Yeah.
Okay, Amros, you close your eyes. In the way of like crossroad hopping that you do, it's kind of just breaking down all the spaces between you and him, right? Pulling all the intersecting points to one until like we follow your perspective, right? As you kind of just like ready, square your shoulders, walk forward, and the camera sort of whirls around you, and suddenly it is stormy, miserable rain, and you see this nondescript, brown-haired, average height guy in a bomber jacket, jeans, and what looks like work boots. One hand still tucked into his pocket, the right hand still gently twirling this big iron. As he stops for a moment to look at you, and says, "Oh, hey there."
Hey. Hey, look, I know last time we spoke, things were a little tense.
One moment. Would you like to walk with me?
Which way are you going? As I kind of just look around to see where we are.
Yeah, as far as you could tell, you're like on the same stretch of road, right? He hasn't gone very far, and you look around for a second to try to look for like destruction. The most you see is probably like 200 or 300 feet away. There's a little bit of smoke rising into the air off in the trees past where you can see. But that's back the way you came, right? So you can tell because you were just here like an hour ago, right? That he has not gone very far up the road. He was probably either fighting for a while or he fought and he's only just now starting to walk forward again.
Yeah, I asked him which way he's going.
He points up the road and says, "Same way."
I nod in agreement as if that's the only real obvious answer is to walk. I think unless he says something first, I think I just walk with him for like a minute or three.
Yeah, he As he sees that you are, lining up to his right, which is the gun hand, you see that weird effect again where he pushes the gun into what looks like just jean pockets, right? As it disappears. He's then just walking like hands in each pocket. As you take a moment to like walk with him now, first thing you notice is that he is not very wet at all. In fact, he's probably drier than you. It just kind of seems like the rain isn't touching him, isn't landing upon him like it should. You can also see you at certain points are like trudging through puddles, right? You have never yet seen him look like he's having to go through a puddle, even though you're walking stride for stride, pace for pace, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't say anything. He just allows you to walk alongside. You talked with him in good faith. He seems to be waiting for you, right? Because he wouldn't have come here if he didn't have something to say.
The weapon you carry, is it a...
Just a gun.
Is it a symbol of station?
His brow furrows. He pulls it again out of his pocket and hands it towards you. Like he's holding the he's basically holding the handle towards you, right?
Yeah, I'll take it to look at it.
Just a gun.
Is it, as far as I can tell, just a gun?
Yeah. The only thing you could see is it's not loaded.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I look at it, it's not loaded. I look back at him. I turn and hand it back to him, but forward.
Give me a sharp roll real quick as you hand it back.
Sure.
No problem if it fails. This is just to see if you catch a moment of weird shit.
An 8.
Yeah, I think that's sufficient to you don't get the specifics, you don't get any deeper insight, but you get a moment where the gun's very light to you, even though it is it's a big hunk of metal, but you're strong, right? And you hand it back, and for a brief moment when his hand makes contact with it, the part of you that was holding it becomes like the heaviest thing you have ever felt, right? Like there's just one moment as it's halfway in between you and you're carrying half of the weight, right? For just that split second, it becomes incredibly heavy before it's out of your hands. It's just one moment of sensation that you feel as you pass the gun back. He begins to kind of like absentmindedly twirl it around one finger. Satisfied?
No, but as far as the weapon goes, mostly. I think it is just a gun, but I think when you hold it, it's more.
His brow furrows in what looks like genuine confusion. Okay, if you say so. Did your friend make it back to the campsite okay? Harlow,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, and
yes.
I've been exchanging messages with another of your friends. Awkward. He wiggles his phone at you. You see the phone completely dry, even though he's holding it in the rain, right?
They're both very special.
So what'd you come back for? I assume it's not to walk in this.
Oh, I don't mind the rain.
Yeah, but you're getting pretty far away from your campsite. I assume you're staying with him.
Yeah, we travel together.
Mm-hmm.
George, I stop for a moment. George, he
walks a couple feet, like a couple steps forward, like before turning to look over his shoulder at you.
We have some questions.
You can ask me whatever you want as long as we're moving.
I begin to walk again.
I'll be frank. Amaros is your name, right?
Yes.
I'll be frank with you here. I'm pretty sure you and your friends are trying to stop me. Definitely your friend Awkward is. Suspicious, weird little guy.
We have reason to believe you are heading... We think you're coming our way to hurt someone that we care about.
I might be headed your way, but you seem like good folks, so don't see why I'd hurt anybody you cared about.
George, we've tried to find out what we can about you. You're special.
Not really.
Do you know anyone else that can do what you do?
Walk and shoot a gun? A lot of people, actually.
I don't think anyone normal is taking out helicopters and groups of federal agents, trained men, with just a unloaded gun.
His brow furrows. What do you mean by helicopters?
The things in the sky that try to stop you.
Yeah, no, I know, but I know what helicopters are. What do you mean taking on helicopters?
Well, I mean, we...
Oh, there were some folks that stopped me a second ago. I think you saw them. No,
I look back towards the smoke.
Yeah, you could still see the smoke back there.
Well, we've had reports of these trained men coming to stop you, that they've come in helicopters.
They've been trying, yeah.
Yes.
But not in helicopters.
What do they come in?
Guess vans? Cars? The cars, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a van. Like I told you previously, first they tried to talk, then they tried to force. This time they started with the shooting.
Well, I'm hoping to avoid that, if we can.
You've done good so far.
So
Haven't
far.
tried to stop me. So you got questions for me then?
We've tried to find out what we can about you. There are ways some of my friends are special, as I said. They have ways of seeing things, finding things, the way we found you.
Sure.
They say you're a dragon slayer.
Oh, right. St. George, right? I mean, maybe? Don't think I've killed any dragons, but I guess like metaphorical dragons, right?
What is it you're on your way to do?
Not rightly sure, other than somebody needs my help.
Someone needs your help.
Yep. Roundabout that way. Give or take. Points up the road.
And you are a helping person, George. Is that it?
I try to be, yeah.
But if someone stops you, you don't help them.
No.
You do something different.
Well, I try to help them make a different decision. Often they do. Sometimes they don't.
This might sound a little strange, but are you searching for a dragon?
I guess... I mean, I guess if you call like a task a dragon, then yeah, I go where I gotta go. Once I'm there, I do what I gotta do. Don't remember much after, though.
And just to clarify, we've established you know what a helicopter is, but you
Sure,
don't
yeah,
think
that's
helicopters are dragons, right?
I mean, not literally, I guess. No.
Right. When you look at them in the sky, you see a helicopter,
Sure,
not a
yeah.
flying dragon.
But I don't recall having seen a helicopter before, but I'm sure I've seen one. He points a finger at his head. Memory's not so good.
Cool. Tell me about it. Things get stretched. I'm more resilient than most, but there are limits. You're there to help someone, but you don't even know who it is or what they need help with.
Nope, not the way it works.
How often do you need to help people?
Not rightly sure. I just know that I start walking, and I keep walking till I get there. I guess I do good. I feel as though I've done good, and then I walk to the next place.
Who was the last person you helped?
I don't really remember. He points at his head again and shakes his head ruefully.
If we could help you remember, would you want that?
Strangely, I don't feel much of a way one way or the other about it.
What do you feel?
What I'm for, you know?
Well, I understand purpose.
Sure. You got, well, he pointing very casually with his like the gun, right? He does like that sidelong point at your bag. Makes me queasy with that thing.
Yeah.
But it's just a bag, right?
It's just a bag. And
Sure.
that's just a gun.
Right. You seeing that, you can see there's a moment of confusion on his face, right? As he said, that's just a bag. In response, it's almost like your soothe triggering, right? As you could see the confusion smooth over as he's like, yeah, that's just a bag and this is just a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a brief moment where like you saw the beginnings of something, right? And then flickered. And then he's back to placid, continuing his walk.
If someone needed your help, and you were there to help them, but the help they wanted was to hurt them, would you do that?
I don't think that's what I'm for, no.
What if they wanted help hurting someone else?
But that could be, but don't know for sure.
What if I needed your help?
Well, you can ask and maybe I'll try. Well, I say maybe. He laughs. I'll do my best. I mean, if I'm coming to where you live anyway.
I'll keep it in mind.
Sure.
If you're heading to help this person, then how can I help you help them?
Oh. I don't really need any help. Not to be rude, I suppose, but best way you could help me is by not getting in my way.
This desire you feel to help people,
Oh, it's not a desire. It's what I do. I walk, I shoot my gun, I go to where I'm needed, and I help people. Oh, by the way, your friend is peeking over your shoulder there. He points over your shoulder, and you see what looks like a spectral version of Awkward peeking around a tree. Awkward, you can ask me the questions that you rolled if you want to.
Yeah, it was more about like it was more about actually being there and like listening, but then I thought, oh wait, that's not how this thing actually works. So I did come up with questions, but if I'm also there, that's what I was looking for.
You are not really there, actually, right? So you can like see the thought like flicker over Amoros's mind, right? You're not there. Okay. You don't see him pointing at you, right? But Amoros absolutely does see a spectral version of you peeking around a tree, staring at Amoros specifically.
Okay, cool. Well, I still have my questions. I prepared for this instance.
Okay.
Yeah, so as a reminder, I tuned into George, not Amoros. But who does it regard as the biggest threat?
Genuinely at the moment, no one in particular.
Okay,
it doesn't really regard anything as a threat.
As long as it wasn't Amoros, that's all I was looking for.
Yeah, no. It doesn't seem to regard Amoros as a threat.
Where is the creature right now?
Yeah, it is on. I mean, it's hard to geolocate exactly, but it lines up about with if he just keeps walking in this weather, he's making good time, but he's still a little ways off, especially because he's having to follow a lot of winding roads.
Still the midnight deadline then?
Probably. Might be a little sooner, kind of depends.
Yeah.
But
and for future events, how can I attract its attention?
I mean, this seems to work. Every time you've done this so far, like this thing seems to immediately notice you watching or peeking.
He doesn't like come after me because of it. So like, how do I attract his attention to be like, hey, over here?
I mean, probably do this and modify it somehow.
Ooh,
it's your best guess.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Amoros, you see this spectral version of Awkward peeking around a tree and then just vanishes. Like there's no like it peeks back around a tree. It just like deapparates.
Yeah, I wave as it disappears.
Yeah. Strange one.
He's a good kid. They're all good kids, George.
Sure.
And that's what worries me. We just don't know what... We just don't know what you are, what you're going to do.
I mean, I guess none of us really know that, do we?
The time will come. There's a culmination of events occurring. Your arrival is auspicious. I'm not sure what our roles will be, but I do hope you're there to help, George.
Amoros, give me a weird roll.
Sure.
As you say that, there is a moment where you feel like you've established a rapport with this thing, right? You're traveling. You are kind of inviting it into your domain in several ways, right? And you're about to get to a fork in the road up ahead, a 4-way stop. As you get close, and the moment you cross the threshold into the 4-way stop, he stops dead in his tracks, and only one of his eyes swivels towards you. You hear a sound like the sounds like gears make inside of like a big like clock tower or something, that like just one click of all of the metal shifting.
Yeah.
This sound of wheels and wheels touching as they click and move. and you hear something much bigger than him. It doesn't sound like his voice. It says to you, Amaros, be careful. You are less than you were. We have no quarrel with you.
I'm as much as I ever was.
His eye flickers back into position. He continues to walk, right? As if he didn't notice any of that. And didn't register your response either. But for a brief moment there, Amros, you connected with something. And I think with that weird roll, because you are not human, have never been human. You've always been a manifestation of something divine, a tool made for a specific purpose, right? To be the watcher at crossroads in moments of great import, to do what it is you are supposed to do. So you feel a certain kind of kinship with the guy, right?
Yeah,
you were told to go to a place, you figure out what it is when you get there, right?
Yeah.
But what you get from him that moment you make the connection is that you are a very specific tool, crafted lovingly and with a lot of care to do what you do, to do what you do without ruining the environments around you, right? Without causing harm to the world that you are ostensibly trying to assist, or to err on the side of not fucking everything up, right? The sense you get from this thing, from whatever George is this is not a tool that anyone made. This is a much broader, pure, and more indiscriminate instrument than you. The reasons why it is more powerful than you are because you are such a specific instrument. And this thing is a funneled and channeled down piece of something that is not made for this and is made for much, much larger and grander things. But it has been warped and pushed and hammered into place into the shape of this man with a gun. If that makes sense. It's a lot of flowery shit, but that's also the way Amaros rolls, right?
Yeah. There is more than meets the eye.
Mm-hmm. He keeps walking as you pass the four-way stop, and notices you stepping out of step for a second.
Yeah, I just stop in the center of the crossroads, where Hecate is strongest. I look at him as the rain is falling and say, "This is where our paths diverge."
Oh, alrighty then. Safe travels back.
I'll see you soon.
Sure. If you start driving now, you might beat me. He laughs as if it's like a private joke to himself.
Yeah, I laugh as well. It's a good joke in the circumstance. I understand. I think of something else to say to him, but in that moment, nothing quite seems correct. And so I just watch him for a bit, wave, and I just turn around and walk in the opposite direction.
Yeah, he gives you kind of a side wave and a smile. It's not, his head isn't fully turned towards you, so you can only kind of see the corner, but he's looking at you, gives you that half wave as he puts his hand back in his pocket and keeps walking forward.
I teleport back to Awkward. Actually, Harlow. Actually, I text Awkward and say, incoming.
And then you go somewhere else.
And then I end up somewhere else.
Well, Awkward's not still in the cage. Okay, you should be good. If Awkward is in the cage, this is about to get weird. But
yeah, I bounce off the
I'm not in the cage.
This is when I ask you the question I asked before, which is, do you want location or speed?
I want to arrive.
Yeah, you arrive, pop next to Awkward. This is probably never good for Awkward's constitution and or heart rate and or blood pressure. Awkward feels like the guy that startles no matter how many times he sees this. But yeah, you return again. I think at this point, Awkward, you get drenched with like half of the water that rolls off of Amaros' scarf and shoulders.
Hey, I saw you.
What?
You were there. You were I saw you.
Like, while you were talking?
Yeah, you were peeking around a corner. Very mischievous, like.
Did he notice?
He pointed out to me.
Okay, but that's all he said about me, right?
Yeah, just that he noticed.
Oh, okay. All right. He didn't seem mad?
No.
Oh, okay. We're fine then.
I don't know what he gets mad at, as I turn to the others and tell them everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Was that everyone's questions?
So, we want to help, right?
He wants to help. And if he is there to help, then maybe it is good.
Mm-hmm.
But that moment where... I'm sorry.
Help who?
Well, he says that he's here. Well, they're saying he's coming for Maddox. He doesn't know who he's coming for.
So
he thinks he's there to help. Maybe the information we have is wrong.
If he doesn't know who he's coming for, then we don't know whether he's coming to help or hurt.
Yes. We should still be cautious.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's maybe room to entertain a different path. Maybe, who knows, maybe he can help somehow with our sky dragon problem. Though I don't want him to kill the sky dragons.
Well, I mean, look, it turns out there's many different ways that this could be interpreted. He could be coming to hurt Maddox. He could be coming to protect Maddox from federal agents. He could be coming to protect Maddox from the war between the Water Cats and the Thunderbirds that's happening in the same location. He could be coming on behest of one of those two groups to help against the other.
I think George will happen.
Oh, yeah. That seems inevitable at this point.
So, I think we should focus on the things that at least we have some amount of control on, which is our plan.
I agree. I mean, Carter should be here soon. And we can, Harlow, you can get that circle going. We can see how the Thunderbirds feel about a little holiday.
It is now around like noon 15 after Amaros gets back. Harlow, what I'll give just so that Cam knows like the kind of time you have left. About 45 to an hour, but that's not accounting for any places that might have too much water, right? That you have to go slow so you don't flood it. You did pay for like the premium XL, so like it's a big enough car to get the job done, right? But still, there are places where you might have to go kind of slow. Rather, he might have to go kind of slow. So, Cam, you'd have maybe 45 to an hour at the earliest, maybe an hour and a half at the latest.
Plenty of time. Cam will just not say anything and head out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you head out in your car or do you just walk?
No, I'm just gonna walk.
Okay.
I don't need to go super far.
Yeah. Okay.
Believe I need to find just a stop sign and go knock on it.
Yep.
Benjamin.
Real quick, does anybody go with Cam? You're welcome to. You just see Cam go walking out the door. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, if Cam's like, nope, and then just bails when nobody's paying attention, perfect. Okay. Yeah, Cam, you knock on the stop sign. There is a long moment before you feel the presence first, looming next to your right. You glance. This is the usual way it works. You know the like picture of from My Neighbor Totoro of just the suddenly looming next to you, like when Totoro's next to like the child, and it's just fucking huge, like taking up so much more space. Camera pans back to see tiny, relatively tiny you and a 7.5 foot tall man in a classic like yellow raincoat with like the kind of weird yellow like cap that goes with it, big yellow boots, is holding in his hand a crossing guard stop sign that he currently has like up. Although he blinks and the ice blue eyes turn to you and his frankly just kind of fucked up and ugly face. A lot of scraggly, a lot of like, really deep grooves. Like when you look close enough at his face, it's pretty clear that this is not a man, right? And that might be just because you know what he is. It certainly doesn't seem to bother most normal people, so you're kind of unclear if it's just that, his glamour doesn't work on you anymore. But as the ice blue eyes turn down towards you, he goes, Cam, you have
Benjamin
called for me?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
real sorry to bother you.
Sure.
I need a favor. This isn't so much a question as I need a favor. Ain't nobody get in and out of this city without you knowing. And there's a fella coming to town named George. I guarantee when he gets here, you will know exactly who I am talking about because this ain't normal, man. Word we got is some sort of
yes,
divine
feast of the White God. Yes, he is coming.
Oh, you already know. Okay,
Yes.
Fist of the White God. I
Sure.
go to write that on my hand, realize it's raining, give up.
Is
Fist
that
of the
all you
White God.
needed? There are many little ones playing. Should
What
not
in the
be
world?
far too
No, they
early.
shouldn't be. Oh
Right.
my God! I figured
to
they'd all
leave.
be inside. I'm sorry, I pulled you away from your business.
Sure.
Yeah, do me a favor. Can you just, when he gets into town, when he's in city limits, can you just let me know where he is?
First stop. Yes.
Perfect. That's all I need.
You'll have
I'm
to
sorry to have bothered
cross,
you. Go.
Which
get them
direction is he
kids.
coming from?
Do I have any idea? I will point if I have even the vaguest
Yeah, you would
idea.
know it is just south and west, basically.
Okay.
And he goes,
that way.
Yes. Do you know closer to forest, closer to water?
Last I heard, he was on he was walking along the water edge, right? I don't know why I'm asking you, right? You're asking me.
Do you prefer stop signs, stoplight? What do you prefer?
First stoplight. That'll be easier to see.
Right.
You said
Should
Fist of the
he
White God.
observe the stoplight or?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Should he observe the stoplight and then I come get you, or he just passed the stoplight?
You know what? Let me know when he passes because I don't know if he's going to observe it at all. So I don't want you to get involved. I don't want you to get in the way. I just I just need a heads up when he's hit city limits. That's all.
He is kind of like it is Feast of White God, yes, but also kind of like Child of Dane or the Tuatha. A little bit like that.
Okay.
Very scary. Do not talk to him.
Trust me, I don't want to, but you know the job. Speaking of, I'll let you get back to yours.
Sure. It is a pleasure seeing you.
Yeah, next
stop
time
by the school and say hello.
Yeah, we'll do. I owe you one.
Yes. Tell the golden one, Lord of Crossroads, that I would like to meet him someday.
I might be able to arrange that.
Sure. Yes.
Appreciate you, and I will head back to my apartment. Or
You
my apartment in my hangar.
Yeah, as you walk away, how long do you like stare back at him, or do you just immediately swivel your head and like?
I pretty much just reach up to give him a pat on the shoulder, like appreciate you, and then I will walk past him back to where I came from.
I think you've tried to play this game before of seeing the moment. It's the Mr. Jeeves butler trying to see the moment he arrives or leaves, right? Or you like try to look back and like see like when's the moment is he gonna fucking leave? When's the moment?
I pull out my phone. The camera's already on. It's been going the whole time.
Yeah, it's like the moment you turn your head around, the phone switches to video and grabs nothing. Like you missed the moment, right? Because you would be like trying to take the video. It takes a picture of nothing and drops out of video, therefore videoing nothing.
Dang it, I'll get him one day.
Yeah, you walk back in having just met with Benjamin.
All right. I'll know the moment that George hits city limits and where exactly, so we can go and, I mean, I don't know, get eyes on him if we want, or have a conversation if we want, or whatever. Hey, does the Fist of the White God mean anything to anybody, or yeah, a Fist of the White God? I know what a Child of Danae is. Do I know what Fist of the White God means?
Can we roll for that?
You can.
What would we roll for that?
Probably a sharp, I think. We'll do like a very focused sharp roll for this.
Just sharp or an investigate a mystery?
Well, okay, it does matter for you. So yeah, investigate a mystery.
One, because I went to my contact. It's still a 4.
Oh my god. Oh my word. Okay.
Huge.
Huge XP marker.
Yeah. Is it investigate a mystery for just Cam, or is it either or for
it's anyone, right? Because you heard the term.
Okay. I will investigate. I'll Scooby-Doo. Yo, Chad, let's
join me in the XP.
Go. Hard move. Okay, so the two of you who succeeded can ask me your questions based off of that name.
Okay.
Only Cam got Child of Dane and maybe something like Tuatha.
Yeah, and Fist of the White God. Those are the things I got.
Yep.
I want to ask, what sort of creature is it in relation to the name Fist of the White God? It sounds like a fun way of talking about the biblical version. It was funny.
Yeah. I think funneled through, I assume you're going for something kind of similar, Awkward. At least in terms of like your immediate, the first question, right? Which is like, what?
That was my first question, so Max can have it.
Yeah. So, it's Fist of the White God seems specific. Maybe just an individual name. The use of the White God here could either be literally referring to the Judeo-Christian God, as in, a native would refer to that as the white god, and it's been referred to as the white god by a lot of different cultures when the white people showed up, right? Mm-hmm. It could also be referring to the color, and depending on the origin of the speaker, they might be referring to the god of good or something. But you would guess broadly probably Judeo-Christian god or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. That would be the safest bet you would land on, just gut instinct.
What is being concealed here?
So the new piece of information you have is Fist of the White God. Mm-hmm. And you ask, what is being concealed here? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's sort of a reiteration of a thing that you didn't I don't know, what more could you get from what is being concealed here on that?
By the way, this is about George, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So that makes mine a 12.
So you can ask me any question then.
I can. Yeah. And I am happy to accept suggestions from the crowd.
For what is being concealed here, because of the nature of, I don't think there's any more that's being concealed than you already know based off of this new piece of information. Mm. It doesn't add that much to your understanding, right? Considering you're the only one that glimpsed it. Although it does seem to resonate with you that potentially you were looking at a manifestation of a Judeo-Christian eldritch angel thing. Cursory Google search of biblically accurate angel gave you something fairly close, right? It's not like those pictures don't exist on Google in this world. But you do get an any question.
I also have.
Yeah, you have another.
What
one.
Can hurt it? It's I think I wanted to snag that one.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of freedom with your free question.
What can hurt it? Is kind of difficult. If only because there's not a lot about hurting an angel, right?
The Catholics don't want us to know.
Sure, right? It's just not really what it's not what angels are for in most of the stories, right? There's no and this is the sword that killed the angel. Angels show up and do shit and are a narrative device, and then they fuck off. If they show up at all. Or they just show up and kill a bunch of people, depending on Old or New Testament. But you would contend that probably the only things capable of killing something like that would be articles of belief or faith. Because this thing is a creature of essentially pure belief / faith / truth, right? If it is what you think it is. Things of belief or things deeply rooted in belief might be able to hurt it. They would probably be the closest things that could.
So him being a sacrifice is actually a good idea.
But not per se. There's not a,
no.
anti-angel metal we have to hunt for.
No.
Right. Okay.
No. It's the potentially, if you could convince yourself it would hurt an angel, it would. But that's easier said than done when you are aware of the placebo effect. It's you could still make the placebo effect work when you know it exists. It's just more difficult.
Well, as someone who's a practicer of the craft, that's actually something I cannot do.
Yeah, it's both your kind of what you do all the time and also sort of the opposite in ways, in paradoxical ways, right?
Yeah.
because you know more, it's unfortunately because you are more informed about what it is, you might stand less of a chance. And actually it's occurring to you now, telling the others less about it might be more beneficial.
Trailing off.
Yeah.
And muttering.
No bullshit. Actually, what can hurt it? You do have that sort of bell ring in your head of like, oh shit, the more I tell them about what it is, if what I think is true, the less likely they are to be able to hurt it because they won't think they can. Oh no, did I fuck it already? Right? Like, is it too late? Can I take it back? We've talked a lot about how scary he is. Oh shit.
I will say the good news is that I do think that Amoros, you could arm wrestle him.
If you believe.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay. Awkward.
Second question: what can it do? And I'm hoping it's just gun.
You have 2 questions, right?
I already asked one. What's being concealed here?
Yeah, but with a 12 plus, you can ask literally any question because.
I thought it was 2 questions plus another fun questions. Oh, okay.
You can replace any or all of your questions with any question you want.
Wait, god damn it!
Yes. We had the same moment with Harlow where I had to be like, "Oh shit, it's 2, but you could just ask me whatever." You can just supplement all of them for whatever the fuck question you care about.
Can I take back my what is being concealed here?
Nope. Because I gave you information.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
Look.
To be fair, the information we got was there's nothing more to learn.
Yeah. What's your big boy question? What do you got?
I don't know yet. I would like to hold it.
Okay. You can hold it for a bit.
Okay. I'm still waiting from input from the peanut gallery, if ever they'd like to speak up.
I mean, the RP narratively, you've now gone into your mind palace, and as far as anybody else can tell, you're just standing there shivering.
He actually has to go to the bathroom. He's just kind of holding it.
Doing a pee-pee dance. Okay. If there is nothing else anybody wants to do, I think we will fast forward to give me Harlow, it's going to be you. Give me a D6. This is kind of just a luck check to see how fast. You want to get high.
Yay.
Yeah. So probably about a little bit faster than you thought, about 45 minutes. So there's a text that says, "What the fuck?" and then a picture from the inside through a blurry window of the outside of this storage complex. And it's about 10 till. So must have been no puddles or big problems, but 10 till 1. You get a text says, "You're gonna have to help me carry this shit."
I ask Amoros to help me come bring some stuff in.
For sure.
Okay. You both head out into the rain. First things first, Harlow. What's he wearing as rain gear?
What's me or Carter?
Carter.
Carter is wearing he's got like a rain slicker on, and it's like it is like oils or what, not a slicker, it's a like oil skin though, like it is a very nice like outdoorsy piece of like leather work that has like patches and is very old. There is like really lovely hand beading in some of it. He has very long hair, and he keeps it braided and bound as well for practical reasons. But he's outfitted to be outside in the weather. Yeah. He's probably more prepared than I think anybody.
Wait.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I ask a question about the creature that the creature wouldn't know? Right?
Probably. I don't know. What question do you got?
I don't know if I can get it from just learning his nickname. That might be a stretch. Because it's based on like what we learned, right? It's not just like any question.
Yeah, I mean, you've learned all of the investigations build off of each other, right? So it's hard to say when insight strikes, right? It isn't always from the thing that's the most obvious. It doesn't work like that in TV shows either.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to answer this question then. All right, I'll keep thinking.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You might, right? Like,
I was going to ask, what is George's target? Who is he trying to protect? But I don't think learning his nickname is going to give me that answer.
Yeah. I think that might be too much.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Yeah. I mean, I won't take the question away from you, so you can keep thinking about it, but...
Jams are still open.
Yeah. But yeah,
is George single?
Single and ready to mingle? The fans are going to be shipping Georgia Rose so much. It's going to be fucking annoying. The Georgia Rose shippers are going to be so fucking aggravating. Or Amaroj. Yeah, Amaroj is pretty good.
No, I mean, it doesn't work as well, but...
Amaroj.
George word.
Amaroj. I'm not going to write that down. He gets out, has two big duffel bags in like those incredibly... One of the duffel bags is clearly nice and newer. Was probably the initial one. When the overflow happened, then he went to his closet and got that like ratty old green, like inexplicably like Nike from the 90s one that everybody has in a closet, where it's like, the fuck is this? Who bought this and why? Like, what soccer practice did you buy this for and never use it again? Also completely loaded with something. You can't see the contents yet. As he hoists one over to you, hoists another into Amaros, into your, like, because you're just standing out in the rain, seemingly completely unprepared, but for a robe and a scarf. His eyes glance over to you, Harlow, and he says, "Which one is this?" Oh, Amaros, right?
Yeah. Tall, hot. Yeah, it's pretty clear.
Sure. Yep. And weird bag.
It's kind of chilly out, actually.
Okay. Well, Carter, let's go inside.
Yeah, we'll go in and I'll introduce him to everybody.
Yeah, as he sheds the outerwear, give us just a description of him. Now you can see a little bit more of him.
Yeah. So Carter is Iroquois, and he is he's just about 6 foot. He's taller than Harlow, and does have the very serious expression of someone who does not like being in the town at all.
Yeah. Even on the edge of town, it's not a good hang.
Like, I think that he is, like, visibly bristly, just not... like, he made it very clear he did not want to be here today, and... But besides that, he is, like, cordial and polite. Like, all of his... when we start going through his gear, like, he's very well organized. He's probably more put together than I am.
Yeah, what kind of stuff does he, like, pull out of his duffel? His duffels, I should say. It's clear, by the way, the first one is very well packed, and the second one is not at all. Like, the one that was for the overflow shit was shit. There's like 15 more things I gotta fit in a bag.
Yeah, he pulls out a few satchels of like powdered sands and indigos and pigments. We have like yellow and blue and red and white, and some chalks. There are some incenses and herbs that he basically asks me to do the like menial task work of like prepping while he begins formally like binding reagents together and beginning to make them work. I'm the sous chef.
Yeah. As he does, as he's like he's mixing some of the things over with an actual like mortar and pestle. And he looks up, he says, "For the record, I'll set this up for you. You do that, all of that. But when it comes time to do it, I'm not doing it."
Okay.
Yeah, this
okay.
is not
yeah.
I'm not getting involved with this. I'm as involved as I'm gonna be.
And that's honestly all I'm asking. Thank you.
Sure. Is there a safe place to hide?
No, because the one
Okay.
safe place is a cage, and I'm not gonna ask you to climb into a cage.
Right. There is a kid in
Yeah.
the cage. I'm noticing.
Yeah, but he did
he
that.
seems okay.
He's fine.
Sure. He doesn't look fine.
You're welcome
not
to
at
talk
all.
to him if you want to.
I'm not going to talk to the kid in the cage. Yeah, as you finish up, you have, again, as you said, like most of the bulk of the fine preparation, a lot of the stuff that requires actual, like, you know, a higher, weirdly, you are broadly speaking a much higher level of practitioner, right? But in this particular case, you're wading into a mythology that is not yours.
Right.
And a set of practices that are not yours, which is why you had him come here, right?
Right.
And yeah, after I think it takes about so it starts, and about 15 minutes in, he looks up and says, any cap on how long this should take, or just doing it the right way?
Right way.
Okay. Also, my mom said they're going to be evacuating here soon.
Yeah.
Is that new?
Get to high
not
ground.
news to you.
Get to high ground as soon as I got it. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, she's good. I'm not anymore because I came in, and now I'm gonna have to, I guess, Uber, but that's not gonna work. Somebody's gonna have to take me back.
Where do you live?
Yeah,
do you have a
I didn't
car?
know you were
The pyramids.
So you're not going anywhere. Just kidding.
I mean,
just kidding.
I
don't.
look.
I, don't
I get
actually.
you're all Harlow's friends. I don't think I'm gonna tell you where I live.
Oh well, I mean, how would I get you home?
If we were in a car, I would give you like the address, and then we'd go there. I'd do it on my phone, right? So
Carter?
I could guide us.
Honey,
Yeah.
you do know I bought the Uber that picked you up.
Oh, Deb?
Yeah.
Oh, of course you're Deb. Sorry, I've been focused on this.
No worries.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll go with Deb then.
We appreciate you coming out in this mess.
Yeah. I mean, you all know this place is horrible, right? Not here.
The city has a bit of a charm to it.
This hangar is a hangar, but the city is horrible.
Why do you say that, Carter?
I don't know. Like, how old is the city again? Basically, since it started, it's been bad.
Boy, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything good to say, but I mean...
Yeah, not a good sign.
I like it. I love it here.
I know. Only you catch this, Harlow, the muttering under the breath, no counting for taste.
There's a certain sort of melange here.
If by melange you mean psychic misery, then yes.
Yes.
Right, great. As long as we're on the same page.
Are you psychic, Carter?
No, what?
Oh. It seemed like you knew a lot about it.
I mean, in the sense that, like, my family, we've been around this area for a long time, and that this sort of place is new-ish, relatively speaking. So, like, I guess I don't know personally, but I've been told plenty, and I kind of feel the vibe.
How's the vibe now?
It's bad. Also, it's flooded. Also, there's a mandatory evacuation I'm not a part of.
Sort of
But
sounds like things you could learn on the news.
Okay. Carter puts the head back down, continues to work. You hear the muttered under the breath, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, it takes, so going slow, doing it right takes about 45 minutes to 50. So it's going on about 2, I think, by the time everything was set up and all of the real work begins. Because you have invoked an ally here, there is not going to be any role associated with setting up the things. In the past, I've done the role for setting up stuff, right? And then the role for doing it. When the setup goes wrong, generally there's a negative. When the setup goes right, everything is flat as is, right? Because you're just doing it the way it's supposed to do. Mm-hmm. In this particular instance, because he's doing the bulk of the work towards setting it up, he won't be doing the help action, so that is available to whoever else wants to try that. You'll be doing the actual role, right?
Cool.
But yeah, it's essentially skipping that step because you've got an informed, practitioner of this specific thing.
Yes, I love that. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to repeat, because I've mentioned it a couple times when I've been getting this ritual ready, that once I've done it, someone else has got to talk to the Thunderbird, because I'm fucking dog shit at talking to people.
Sure. Yeah, so for a second here, let's pop back into character in you are about to start the ritual. Everything is prepared. Carter is standing well to the side on the other side of Veronica, right? Like basically is on the opposite side, just conspicuously like not fully hiding behind it, but very clearly keeping the truck in between him and the ritual circle, right? Again, just a bystander, a regular person being called into a crazy situation. It's almost more terrifying if what you're trying to do works, right? There's no good outcome here.
All right, I'll quarter the circle and then put my hands to it and offer my own, offer part of myself as part of my big magic. And I make the roll now.
So real quick, last words before, right? All of you see Harlow. You've seen Harlow do this enough to know that Harlow's about to initiate. Harlow's gone into that kind of flow state, right? Amaros, you know for sure. You can feel the magic building, right? As the intentionality is about to reach its crescendo.
I feel the magic.
Yeah, you feel the magic. You feel the vibe. You feel the rhythm. Anything anybody wants to do or say or prepare?
Yeah,
plan wise.
Just before you kick this party off, who's talking to the Thunderbirds?
And have a way with words, Deb.
I was thinking the same thing.
I recommend kneeling as a start.
I'm happy to speak to him. I don't think anybody's going to like the way that goes. I mean, I understand that we're preparing to have a holiday for them, and then they're going to ask, how are we going to show reverence? And I'm going to shrug and say, I don't know. How are we going to show reverence if that's what the holiday is about?
Prayer and good deeds.
Learn something.
Maybe helps maybe sacrifice of an Orphan.
If it helps to frame things, what we've basically done here is the most polite invitation to speak that we could. So you should be starting off on a reasonably good foot in that regard.
Wait, I thought this whole thing was. You know what? Never mind.
I mean, it's got the other stuff in it, but you're gonna have to convince them, right? It will, however, work if they accept it and Harlow believes in it.
I beam.
But you still have to make a pitch.
Right, and that's what I'm asking. What is the pitch? I'm happy to make it. I don't know what we're pitching beyond a holiday. That sounds pretty vague to me. But I mean, what are we giving them? Are we sacrificing something? Is it something personal to each of us to show that we're willing to give of ourselves? Is it something that they want other than the water cats? Deb coughs and in the cough. Is it an Orifim?
In its rawest offer, the offer is the time of this day dedicated to them. Whether that be in prayer or sacrifice would be up to the observant. But what we are offering them is the dedication of the day.
What we're offering them is 24 hours of our time.
Yeah. For anyone who's gonna give it, because that's the other thing is I'm not going to ask any of you, but I will.
Do we have that time to give with George coming? He'll be here in less than 24 hours, I thought. I mean, maybe I'm misunderstanding what you mean by giving him this day.
I mean, by my count, George
Do
will be here in
you
about
think
10
about
hours.
St. Patrick for the entire 24 hours that you experience St. Patrick's Day?
So you mean we will offer them reverence for 24 hours?
Right.
I just think the verbiage could be specific. If you say to these entities, we give you our day, they might put you into servitude.
That's true, and that's, like I said, that's up to the observer how it's observed. Like I said, I'm willing to offer more than just my time or my thoughts because I do that already, but that's not something I'm going to ask any of you to do. I'm just stating that that's the offer to the Thunderbirds.
Okay, then that's the offer to the Thunderbirds.
Okay. It kind of sounds, Harlow, like you might be making the pitch.
Apparently.
Okay. So, the way this will work is we will do the use magic. The use magic will essentially ensure, if it is a success, that exactly the way you want this to work will work if the pitch is accepted, right? The magic to make it so is in place and is established, right? The framework into which it will flow is correct, right? You've filled out all the sheets, you filled out basically the whole form. All that's left is the signature, right? And getting the other person to agree. So we'll do.
I would like to jinx Harlow with a small pep talk that said, all you have to do is better than I did with Maddox in the cage. And I say that as Doug, knowing that you didn't pay attention at all. And here we go.
You say that, and I'm just like, what?
All right, so you have a hold too.
Ooh, that is incredible. Thank you.
Or rather, you will use 1 for these, so you'll have a hold 1 after this.
So is it just a +1 to a roll before I roll it, right? Okay.
This, if somebody else wants to pitch to me how help out works, that will stack with this particular thing, because this is kind of a separate, I believe, unless it says +1 forward, in which case it might not be. Let me double check that.
Could Omerus help out using some of the power of the 5 demon bag to strengthen this magical ritual or whatever?
Yes. If
Hell
like.
yeah.
And I've double checked, it stacks because there's no language about +1 forward and help out. It is simply a +1 to the roll in question. So give me that help out roll.
Okay, help out. Yo!
Oh!
Yo!
Do you have this advanced?
I do.
Yep.
Okay.
Ah!
What does that do again?
On a 12 plus, your help lets them act as if they had rolled a 12.
Oh my god!
So it's an auto success.
That is true.
And
That
guess
makes my
who
jinx
has
not worth it, but whatever.
weird advanced? Use magic is advanced for me, so a 12 will be a really pretty success.
Okay. Amaros, you crack the bag as Harlow takes the position. Pouring out from the bag is like somewhere between, as you call for the energy to assist Harlow, a cascade, like almost like the blood in The Shining down the hallway, right? Suddenly erupts from your bag that looks like some combination of like almost like purple moonlight and quicksilver and like mercury as it sort of flows out down and into the lines of the ritual. And the effect here is basically, Harlow, that like as you then move to touch it to activate it, having completely like reinforced and solidified the circle itself, all it requires from you is simply a touch, right? A touch, an expenditure of power, a correct, stamping of your name onto the form. Very little effort, in the sense that, you don't have to hardly even concentrate, right? But you do feel the power rush out of you in the activation of this thing. And so you have the use magic, that's the special does whatever, right?
On a 12 plus, the keeper will offer some added benefit, and on a complete success, works without issue.
Okay. I think I know what the added benefit is.
All right.
So, there is a long moment of nothing, and then nothing. And as you all look, the ceiling begins to cloud. The ceiling here is high enough above, right, that there is clouds forming inside. Beginning spattering of rain as a thundercloud begins to slowly form and swirl. After a moment, you don't even see the roof anymore. It is as if you are standing underneath the sky. Although the sky is far, far too low. It is as if you're standing back on that building up way too high, up far too close to the sky. And after a long moment and the crack of multiple peals of thunder going off, there is a light, and that same, you can't tell if it is the same, but same in appearance, iridescent hued bird descends. This eagle on the scale of what can only be described as gargantuan or legendary, with each individual feather a work of rainbow hued art, and casting and reflecting the light that comes from some of the wall light fixtures surrounding this space. As it descends, Harlow, to you standing in the center here, what does everybody else do as this is all happening?
This is happening in my apartment?
No, this is happening
This is in the bunker. We're in the bunker.
In the
right now,
warehouse.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
In the
where are
hangar.
we? Yeah, I was like, where?
It's also
just-
crazy. We're in a hangar.
It's just you're in a hangar, right? But you can now no longer see the ceiling.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
as if you're standing on top of a building with walls on all sides, right?
Yeah, sick. I mean, I don't know that I do anything.
Okay. Anybody else?
Ken will go stand by Veronica near Maddox.
Okay. By the way, Maddox is staring up in horror at this point.
Yeah, I'm over
Just-
there trying to keep him calm.
Yeah, just goggle-eyed staring at this kaiju, this fucking Raiden-ass bird descending from the ceiling, I guess. It lands within the circle with you, Harlow. It is far too fucking close from this vantage, right? But you sense that is rather the point, right? The point is to cow you into reverence, to make you feel exactly how small and insignificant you are. The only
I
thing
let
keeping
my awe show on my face and let myself fall to my knees.
the only thing keeping its wings from like brushing up against the van or any of the other like assorted stuff that Cam sets up is simply the angle. Though from the angle, as you all are kind of positioned sort of behind where it is facing away from you. Still, its tail feathers extend past the edge of the circle, almost reaching the side of Veronica. It stares down at you, and it cocks its head in a very bird-like way, though its eye is very human. And it says, "You have called me to make your case?"
To make our offer.
Yeah, correct. Proceed.
I say, we understand that you and your kind, as masters of so great a quadrant of this planet, are already the firmament that surrounds everything. But I know that it has been a long time since people have recognized precisely the colors of the rainbow that are your responsibility. And with our people in this town currently being drowned in combat, in your combat on your battlefield, I worry that there is more to lose in your dignity with our people by being here now. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to have a breath of air where we can appreciate the calm between storms, and we can offer some time and dedication and gratitude to your mastery. And we can negotiate some quiet and peace for you and us and for your enemies. And we will ensure that that time is not taken in dishonor. or disproportionately allocated, I suppose. We're trying to make sure that everyone comes out here feeling like they're getting what they are owed. And we understand there has been much taken from you lately. I want to try to help.
There is a long moment of quiet as the eye regards you. And it says, "You, human, are a speaker of not inconsiderable skill. And you have amongst you beings of singular purpose and power. Do you find this to be true?"
I do. Certainly.
You have presented here a strong offering of power and devotion. Is it enough to stop a war? Well, it could be. You appeal to your betters or your graders, but you do so well and with the correct forms, with the appropriate awe and respect.
It is impossible to not offer it.
Instead of this holiday you speak of, how about a counter-proposal?
I'll bow my head and listen.
The holiday is a word for a time of reverence, yes? Of devotion to things greater than yourself.
I nod.
The head inclines. What I would ask of you then to stop this conflict is twofold. One is the power to ensure that our back is not attacked when we disengage. For that, I need only a portion of the power that Manitou has over there. The head shakes towards Amaros. The second is that, for as long as you shall live, a portion of your power on this day. You swear to me.
I can swear.
Not, I will use it well.
I can swear that power. I have already determined that that is something I'm willing to offer, but I cannot speak for Amaros.
The head swivels towards you, Amaros.
You would take this time to cease the fighting here.
I would make it so, yes. As the leader, I may do so if I wish. But for this one day, I would borrow the power that you hold in that portal of yours. Not all, but a measure. It should be sufficient.
I look to Harlow with a very concerned look of like, oh, he might be asking too much.
I'll say between the two of them, Amaros is a creature of the divine and allocated and must abide his own master. If he cannot do this thing, I cannot make him.
Be that as it may, it is for him to decide then, yes?
Is there another thing you would ask?
The eyes sweep over the lot of you. Two have nothing to offer of any significant value, and one is poisoned beyond repair. That leaves your portal there, little Manitou, and a measure of the power of this practitioner on this day for the rest of his life.
I look to everyone and say, if I do this, and George comes, well, let's just hope he is here to help. I turn to the...
Before you... I just want to make sure I understand what they're asking for. They want guarantees that the Meshipishu, they want guarantees that their enemy will not attack them when they try to
You cannot
whatever.
secure guarantees from them. A guarantee is pointless. What isn't pointless is power.
I'm sorry. Yes or no? You want this power to make sure that that they're not going to attack, right? Do I understand you correctly? Do I understand you correctly?
That is so.
And you are saying that even if one of us got assurances from them, that wouldn't suffice for you. Is that correct?
I would trust no guarantee from those beings, nor from anyone who secured such from them.
And you'd be using this power to make an exit, not to cause harm on this day of peace.
The head swivels back to you. I would do with it as I pleased. But if you're asking what I would tend to use it for, yes, if they attack or show aggression in any way, it will prove an advantage. It is what your people call a win-win. If they do not attack, I have only gained. If they do attack, I will end them.
If the water cats truly mean what they say,
Water cats. I like that.
in that they wish to protect their young, then
Not believe a word they said. Why would you?
because it is all that we can do. But if that is what they mean, as I'm speaking to us, not it necessarily, then they would not attack, and this only presents a problem with George. I think this is the right thing to do.
Omeros, you were there when I made my deal with them, so keep that in mind.
We're here right now.
You do what you got to do. I'm just wanted to remind you. That's all.
What about it It's significant.
I made a deal with the cats that they would not attack. I owe them
Mhm.
a favor. They have made that promise.
Okay. Then I think we're going to fulfill a promise to both sides so that neither side fights. I think
I mean,
I think we're getting what we want, everybody.
I will I will turn to the Sing and say, be careful. The bag drinks deeply.
there is a booming laughter, and you see like all of the feathers like preen as it like draws itself up with what's clearly like, the kind of haughty pride, as it says, "You be careful with your presumptions."
I give him a little hands up like, hey, okay. Hey, demons love prideful. They love that.
And you, Harlow. The one of the wings reaches down towards you, close. Again, it's almost like that. The feel you get for a moment, the feeling that like mice must have felt, right? Right. The second like big birds of prey, these fucking huge things go from being very, very far away and very, very big to suddenly on top of you as one of the wings stretches down towards you. And he says, "Take a feather."
Okay. I do so.
The head turns to you, Amaros. "I will take what you have given to this ritual."
A nod.
"Very well. It was a pleasure doing business with you." This is just to you, Harlow.
Thank you.
Worship well. In that period of silence, the wings flap. Harlow, you're immediately flattened to the ground. As the wings like beat, all of you are far enough away that you don't get the direct downdraft, right? Harlow is right the fuck underneath it and just gets flattened into it. As you like land, you disperse a piece of the ritual circle, and with it you see the power that like silvery kind of moonlight quicksilver that Amaros had poured into it to keep it so solid flows up almost like it's being like dust or flour being blown up as it is turning into this powder that rises above and catches some of the feathers as this thing continues to push itself towards the ceiling. There is a moment when it clears where you all expect the like wrenching of metal or something, right? Like it's just going towards a fucking roof. There is what at this point seems a little over the top crack of like 15 bits of thunder going off at once. That's just loud enough for everybody to go, fuck, ow, god damn it. As all of the clouds, like, rather than appear like gradually, rather than how they appeared gradually, they disappear at once, like blowing a candle out. The net effect of what has just happened, Harlow, is so I got to do a couple of cool things there. I got to, because of your 12, I got to basically give you something extra, right? Which was a counter proposal that solved everything you wanted.
Yay!
But I used 2 hard moves to modify that slightly, to take a little bit more from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening from you, Harlow, is that for the rest of this day, a 24-hour period starting now, because the essentially that's the term dictated, right?
Yes.
I pull 1 weird off of you as you give a portion of your power as he said, as a speaker
That's very generous. I was fully expecting to not be able to cast that day.
I considered, but you did succeed, and with the hard moves, I just wanted to add a wrinkle, right? Or
fair enough.
Make it a cost. Amros, yours, you would have been out of this and would have been fine. But it just so happens your 12, right, gave me an interesting in for like you just auto succeeded the fuck out of this by just using your bag to help. So I used the hard move from your failure on an investigative mystery to your bag will deal 1 less harm. You do not have the every year on this day effect like Harlow does. Yours is just for today.
I gotcha. Okay.
And as far as you know, it might be just till they're gone. It wasn't really clear, right?
Okay.
They're just using your power as that little bit of, like 50.0001% that might be able to let them kill off all of the Mishu Peshu if they decide to pull some treachery on them, right?
Of course, they won't.
Yeah.
If they're not being as a pure evil.
Right. And Cam made a deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that all just happened. At this point, Maddox is laying in the fetal position with the headphones back in, curled up around the... Tries to first get out the Switch, which he tucked up into his jacket, like when the rain started. He's now just sitting in a pickup truck with like rain streaming out of it, right? Like,
No. This is it's no longer Slay the Spire time. You need Stardew Valley, hun.
Okay. Can I try Harvest Moon? You don't know what that is. Okay. Okay, did that just happen?
I mean this. I mean this sincerely, Maddox. Which answer is going to make you feel better?
None. You're just noticing nobody's panicking except for him. Points at Awkward.
I'm flat on my back and have both fists in the air.
Yeah.
I run over to you, I get down near you, be like, "That was amazing."
10 minutes ago, the coolest thing in my life had been that you had teleported me 15 minutes prior to that.
Yeah, Carter comes running over and is like,
Woo!
We need to go, run. Just run.
I stand up and lightning crackles through my hair.
Yeah, you've got static. The second you touch Amros, there's the worst static electricity ever. It's just. Did you win? I think you won.
I mean, that's this part. This part.
That's just part?
a third of our day. That's a third of my day.
Wait, what? What? Hold on, what?
Okay. I'm feeling juiced.
Yeah.
Where are we going now?
I don't know. You need to run. Do a lap. You want to do a lap? That's fucking crazy. Everybody else sees two people absolutely matching each other's insane energy in this moment. As they're both toddlers ramped up on sugar with so much fucking kinetic energy, they cannot be still anymore. I think I just saw a god. What the fuck?
Yep.
Why did it look like Ho-Oh, the Pokemon? Ho-Oh? Ho-Ho? Ho-Oh.
See, so I think that things look like we expect them to look like.
Okay, I don't care. Whoa.
Do I have that feather still?
Yeah.
That is incredible. I am going to put it in my overall pocket.
It looks like, as it's in your hands, it's like a red feather that's easily the size of your forearm. And it's
awesome.
got that peacock iridescence to it. Like when you move
Yeah.
it, and it's got that weird sort of
It
like
flashes colors.
yeah, like almost oily
Yeah.
shimmer.
So, my friends who love birds have explained to me that it's because feathers are scales and they're transparent,
Yep.
and the way that they lay affects color.
Yep. That in nature that is how
Right, yeah. Fucking great.
This is magic feather.
Right, yeah, it's doing that, but like in colors that we wouldn't see it.
Yeah. Anybody else? One problem has been solved. We will probably end the session in a moment, but I want to let anybody talk or express anything, given like the the kind of like exhale followed by the inhale, realizing what comes next.
There's nothing in particular that Almost would do other than enjoy Harlow being successful and happy, and they performed another great work. Happy to see it.
I would just like to turn to the nearest person that's not close to Maddox and say, "Hey, so since he saw a god, do you think he's gonna be much less freaked out that an angel might be coming to kill him?"
What?
What?
You hear Maddox say, "What?"
No, I said what.
Okay.
Okay.
Carter just looks at you, Harlow.
I said 1/3. I'm working on it. I kiss him.
Yeah. Oh. Do like no. You're trying to distract. No, I don't have to be involved in the next one, right?
No. You've got to get to high ground.
Great.
Yeah.
How?
Omeros.
I can put you up in my place.
Where the fuck is that?
Okay, you'll be mad because it's in town, but it's really high.
Is it deeper in town?
It's the center of town, but as high as you can be.
I'm good here, and if I need to, I'll just go in the woods a ways. It'll be a bit of a walk, but we're close enough. I don't really. Never mind.
Well,
am I good to stay here?
Shouldn't we expect the rains to let up at this point?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should make travel a lot easier. And just so I'm clear, it sounds like we're 2/3 of the way out of the woods. I mean,
because the water cats and the sky dragons.
Yeah.
Oh, I was kind of under the impression that we were going to still have to kind of mind the water panthers until the day was out in some way. That might have been me filling in some gaps.
Honestly, it's probably a smart idea. I don't think either of them were telling us everything, but we should just be alert. We don't want our holiday ruined.
I would just point out, I hate to be this gal, right? But if we're not going to trust the water cats and the word they gave us, why are we trusting the Thunderbirds and the word they gave us?
Yeah, fair point.
So I mean,
my understanding was that we were asked to watch the water cats in some way.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the taking of Amros's power was to hold a gun to the water cat's head, right? To be like, try it.
Okay.
Make a move and we'll end you. For its part, it's possible that the water cats do not know that the thing that they probably don't know that this even happened, right? So you have, as I think it might have been Cam who pointed out, like getting a pact from the water cats ensures, because Cam made a pact. So as far as Cam magically knows, yeah, they won't make the first move, right? So if the birds leave, it should resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which is all I'm saying is we're either 2/3 of the way done or no thirds of the way done.
Yep, you're right. You're absolutely correct about that.
I'm just going to hope it's 2/3.
Okay. Deb, I need from you, as we close this out, and you are taking care of Maddox and kind of evaluating what comes next. I think we're going to reflect this as an act under pressure roll.
Okay.
Actually, if you haven't rolled it yet, in your case, act under pressure with a +2.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
I'll write it down. You write it down somewhere that you succeeded on an act under pressure roll.
Gotcha.
I know what it means. I've got it written down on mine, but in case I somehow lose the sheet, I'll know what it means if you remind me.
Will do.
There's no immediate effect. Nothing is happening. There's nothing happening right now, but it was an important roll for future proceedings.
He keeps saying there's nothing happening, but
He's saying there's nothing happening, so don't fucking worry about it.
the way he kept saying nothing was happening, though.
Yeah.
Right. All it does is reassure me that nothing is happening. I don't understand what everyone's
Nothing's
problem is.
happening.
Why are we still talking?
Right. As the camera sweeps out from nothing happening, and we go into the sky, we go over the bay, and there doesn't seem to be any change from what we can see as we go by, other than we see immediately a lot less lightning and thunder. And as we watch the tornado of water, the water spout cyclone that the Mishipeshu had summoned to do battle with the Thunderbirds, begins to fall, to dissipate as it loses the magic giving it form. We sweep past this seeming end to the hostilities, and we pan out across the water, moving faster through the trees, and to a road where we see George again. George looks up at the sky. As he does, the air and sky, really, the clouds above him begin to part as some sunlight peeks through. He smiles, stands for a moment with his face raised to the beam of light that's peeking out in the warmth. With the smile still on his face, he does what looks like a kind of like a back stretch, like moves from side to side for a moment, clicks both of his boots on the ground once as if like shaking off dirt, and begins to slowly jog. And that is where we will end this session.